Keyshawn Helton, what have you seen in his development, and what kind of impact do you feel like he'll have in this offense?
I think Keyshawn's going to have a great year. The way that he's been working, that kid works his tail off every single day. I know throughout the summer I leave work and I see him coming off the field by himself sometimes, just with his cleats in his hand, just putting in work, coach. And you've seen his body change, but he had a mindset that we're looking for as on this football team, and he's a pretty good football player. He's having a heck of a camp so far.
What was it you saw in him? Because you were the only D1 offer. It was late, in the process last year. What was it that you saw in him that maybe other people didn't see?
Well, he was a playmaker. He was a playmaker on the field, and I remember going to a school in Pensacola, and an opposing coach talked about him, and he just kept talking about him in there. I came to see one of his guys, but all he kept talking about was Keyshawn. I was like, Coach, put this guy on the film. Let me see him, and he showed me. I'm like, whoa, and so I drove around the corner and went to Keyshawn's school and got a chance to meet the young man, and once I met him, it was like, yeah, this is the guy that I want right here. A guy that was very confident in his ability and what he can do, and someone that loved Florida State, and that meant a lot to me.
What does a guy like Keyshawn do for your program? I mean, under-recruited, undersized, and works really hard and has proven out on the field to a certain extent already. Is that contagious?
It is, and he has the respect of all his teammates, and I always tell guys, none of you guys should make any excuses. You watch this kid and the way he works and come here and do the things that he's doing says a lot. And again, hopefully we can have all our guys with his mindset. But Keyshawn have something to prove, and show everyone that he can play this game at the highest level. And I know he can, and I'm sure he's going to show the rest of you that he can this year.
Coach, Keyshawn mentioned one of the things they were able to do was kind of eliminate the bickering and the fighting between each other and really come close as a team. What do you think kind of caused that bickering last year, and what did they kind of do to eliminate that?
Well, again, there was a lot of uncertainties coming here. There was a lot of change. Sometimes people don't take change very easy, and so you go through that, and then the season go the way that it did. There was a trust issue there amongst our team, and that's kind of normal when taking over a team, but and then we had a young football team, and when you have a young team like that with not a lot of senior leadership the way that you want it to be, then they kind of think their own way and go their own and do things the way that they think it should be. But I think our guys have grown for that. Going through it last year has helped them go to be better and make sure that we're not in that position again. And I've seen the leadership out of all of our guys. And it's crazy, just most of our best players were sophomores, and they all juniors now. And you see them now just holding each other accountable. But I think being around each other a lot and challenging each other has really helped our guys come together. And we do a lot of things together and keep them around each other. And I think the more they're around each other, the more they understand each other. And when you can understand someone, it's easier to go out and get through some tough times, when you understand the other person. And it's also easier to hold them accountable when you understand what makes someone tick.
How about Sheffield moving him back to running back this year? What was the decision there, and how do you see his progress?
Well, that's what he played before, and we've I would say upgraded in the receiver position, with our depth, and we wanted to move him back, and I thought spring he was a little slow, a little rusty, but he's having a heck of a training camp, and I'm glad you asked that because just the other day he had one heck of a practice, and he's doing a great job running the football. You can tell he's getting back in his football form, his running back form. Before he was in that receiver mentality, and now he's coming back and he's running the ball very aggressive, and been really impressed with him.
How unique is Dante Lucas? I mean, he's already running a little bit with the ones. He's had a couple teammates call him a dog, say he's just a different kind of
dog.
Yeah, in a good way.
Oh, okay.
In a very good way, positive way. How unique is he as a true freshman to be doing what he's doing on the offensive line?
He's just a young man to just have that mentality. He had that mentality. I didn't come to Florida State to sit around. I want to help. I want to help now. And the one thing you love about him is he came from day one. He was like, I'm not on that old stuff. And he said that to all the older guys and the young guys, and he's been that way the whole time. And he want to change that perception of our O-line group, and to have that mentality and come out here and work every single day and push his teammates. Them the kind of guys we want in here, and I think he's making a huge difference in our offensive line room because of his mentality and the way that he goes out and work and compete. And again, he's showing that he can do it. I mean, he's a kid that's physically able to go out and play in the trenches, and you don't get that often out of high school, and it's great to see that he's doing that. I think spring ball really helped him, get ahead, and now where he's comfortable, he's not thinking as much. He's able to go out there and just play and have fun.
I know Coach Lockett has known him for a long time. During the recruiting process, was he telling you, and this is a guy we need more than just for his playing? And is this what you guys expected from him?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, once you met the young man, you kind of like, and you watched him play and saw that he's physical and like to get out to people. And then when you meet him and talk to him, you like, yeah, that's the kind of guy you want in the trenches, that want to get out there and love hitting people. And I love it. I love more than anything. I love the way he finished things. It's not just block and stop. He want to finish you. He want to embarrass you. He want to put you on film and let everyone else see what he does to you. And you love that as offensive lineman. But I think Coach Lockett, just knowing Dante throughout the recruiting process, did a great job with him. But once we got to know him and met him and his mom, and we knew this was the kind of guy that we wanted in our program. And it was great because he wanted to be here and be a part of this too, and be a part of the turnaround and what we want here at Florida State.